Hi, I'm Coach Rob, and when it comes to mental toughness, a lot of people mistake mental toughness with motivation. Let me elaborate. When it comes to getting something started, we have a tendency to put things off, and that stage is what I refer to as gravitational pull. The greatest amount of effort is getting started. This is why I'm so adamant with all of my clients that we forget about the subject of motivation and we only focus on discipline. We look at you managing your schedule. When you say that you're going to get up, you get up. It's non-negotiable. When you are where you're supposed to be, let's say you're supposed to be at the gym, you're there on time with a mental focus to get the job done. You know you're there to convert your weaknesses into strengths, and we're going to start using your strengths to elevate your racing capabilities, and we're going to use your strength to expose other people's weaknesses. Come back to the original subject. Why is it that people feel like they're not mentally tough? Well, this is where procrastination, this is where I'll just start it again tomorrow, the delay of the inevitable. We say with all of our athletes and all the entrepreneurs that we consult with, just start doing something. A lot of people wait there. I'm waiting for motivation. I'm waiting for mental clarity. It's the exact opposite. When you start doing anything, you'll get better clarity. Let's just take something like fitness. You go to the gym. What is it that the gym helps you understand? Your point of limitation. Obviously, our job as a human performance company is to figure out where you're at physically, mentally, and then put together a blueprint on how we're going to get to where you want to get to in a certain period of time. And you can only do that by identifying your weaknesses and then addressing them. I want you to stop and think about when a rocket is leaving the ground. You have all that thrust that's responsible for getting the momentum started. And then the further it goes up, it starts to accelerate. Even though it's going further and further away from the Earth, the gravitational pull was its highest as it tried to create momentum. The higher it goes, the gravitational pull is exponentially going up, but the rockets and the momentum are able to offset it until they're able to break through the gravitational pull. Any project, any physical exercise, anything that you're facing head on is the same exact thing. Just start with something. Start moving the needle forward. It starts by being on time. It starts with doing it if you don't want to. It starts with focus. When our athletes are starting a program, a lot of times they want to wait until all the stars are aligned and they want to have clarity. Whenever somebody comes to us, we've heard that some of their past mistakes have been, I'll start tomorrow. Well, act as if there is no tomorrow. Start today. Are you going to nail it the first time? Is it going to be correct the first time? No. But if you've ever talked to successful athletes, if you've ever talked to successful entrepreneurs, they have failed a whole lot more than they've succeeded. We, as spectators, we only get to see the output. We have no idea on the input, and that's what I want to challenge you with here today. You want to become mentally tougher? Focus on the input. The input starts with discipline, not waiting until you're motivated. Then, once you get out there, you get the needle moving, it starts to create momentum. Momentum will help you get better at what you're doing. It could be coordination, it could be endurance, it could be strength, But what's definitely going to happen is you're going to notice you have a little bit more understanding of where you're actually at. Maybe when you started, the weight was too light, and maybe you could bump it up a little bit. Or maybe you started with the weight a little bit too heavy. Doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just helps you understand where to start, and then we see where it fits into where you're at and where you want to go. This can apply to school. This can apply to relationships. This can apply to physical fitness. I always think it's interesting. Why do people crack mentally? Well, because they're focused so much on, I got to wait till I'm motivated. I'll start tomorrow. Maybe I'll have the energy. No, that's not what champions do. That's not what successful people do. You get disciplined. You start doing something. You recognize that you're going to fail. That's okay. What I think is interesting is what's the definition of failure? Unfortunately, in our schools, and particularly in our schools here in America, we want to just reinforce success. Well, people learn more from their failures than they do their success. So to me, there's got to be a little bit of a paradigm shift. And that's what I'm hoping this video has done for you here today. If you're new to the channel, welcome and thank you so much for giving us our time today. We would ask that you would like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications because we do put out a video every day. We are receiving literally double the emails every single week, week over week. And it's a great thing to see, and we want to say thank you to everybody. If you happen to have a question, please send it to us. contact@coachrobb.com. We'll be putting out another video tomorrow, and we certainly hope to see you then.